everybody here wants to win. I mean, it's year 3. It's time for us to do something instead of just winning 10 games. I mean, 10 games is cool at other schools, not here. 10 games gets people fired, people replaced. So it's time for us to do something a little different and, you know, win a national championship.
That's LSU offensive tackle Will Campbell, with what is likely the most quotable soundbite to come out of fall practice so far. And I think fans can agree, it's year 3 for Brian Kelly's Tigers, and it's time for a national championship. The LSU defense is under much scrutiny as we head into the 2024 season, but with the absence of last year's big offensive playmakers like Jayden Daniels, Malik Neighbors, and Brian Thomas, the offense will need to reshape and restructure as well. As wide receiver Kyron Lacey noted, things are different.
The whole offense is different. This whole team is different. We have a new identity. We lost those guys, so we're gonna have to step up, make some plays. We're talented enough to where we can just pick up where we left off at.
So let's dig into the offense and the changes we may see this year. I'm your host, Jay McMains, and we'll hear from offensive coordinator Joe Sloan as he met with the media this week, right after a message from our sponsor.
Join the East Baton Rouge Parish Library for inspiring events in August. Celebrate the power of storytelling with a presentation by the accomplished author of the Jaipur trilogy, Alka Joshi. Listen to fascinating stories based on DNA and genetic genealogy at our Decoding Stories Symposium. And learn about the history of Baton Rouge with photographs from the library's digital archive. Visit ebrpl.com for information on these programs and many more. Get inspired in August.
LSU offensive coordinator Joe Sloan confirmed the team's new approach to its run game for the 2024 season. The Tigers' playbook has traditionally been complex, but in recent years their run game has been limited to a few concepts due to the mobility of former quarterback Jayden Daniels. However, with new starting quarterback Garrett Nussmeier, LSU has worked on installing a more diverse run scheme that involves a full team effort from the coaching staff.
You know, one, I mean, our playbook has been big since we got here. We can call every play. If you see a play on TV, we could have called it. You know what I mean, in our terminology, right? So our offense had a lot of ability to adjust to what we wanted to do. We had done some of those things in the past, but maybe within game, right, what some of you guys may have seen, hey, you felt like we were leaning more towards, you know, 1 or 2 schemes or whatever that might have been. So no, we had a lot of those things. You know, I think different sets, and you know, you see different ideas and you say, hey, that matches what we do, and you know, and you try to build around what you feel like you need, right, to attack a defense. Hey, we need the ability to run the ball vertically. We need the ability to get the ball on the perimeter. We need the ability to attack people in man. We need the ability to push the ball down the field. We need the ability to get the ball right outside, whatever that might be. And then how are we going to do that, right, within our offense? And we had a lot of it there. I think everything is about creating the package that fits us, and you know, and then we'll attack the defenses that we're going to see, you know, in different kind of ways, right? Obviously, you know, with Coach Baker's defense, we're seeing certain things, right? So we'll lean more towards whatever that might be, but we're going to be able to do whatever we need to do to attack the defense, but yet allow our players to understand what we're doing, right, and be ready to go execute whatever they might see, you know. But the great part is it's not just me. By any means, our offensive staff, the guys in that room, we have the best offensive staff in the country. We have the best offensive staff in the country. And the ideas that they bring to the table and the professionalism at which they do, and where they bring ideas maybe from their past or maybe from something that we see, and then the decision-making, right, on what fits us the best, right, and making sure that we let our guys practice that so no matter what they see, they can execute. That's the thing.
The quartet of running backs, led by veteran Josh Williams and explosive sophomore Kaleb Jackson, will play a crucial role in this new approach. Jackson, who has added 10 pounds of muscle during the offseason, is expected to have an expanded role in the offense, with his ability to catch passes and contribute in pass protection being key factors. John Emery and freshman Caden Durham also offer potential for the Tigers.
You know, when you watch, right, everybody saw last year, Kaleb, when he was able to get the football, and especially once he broke the first level or second level, he's a punishing back. He is hard to tackle. He runs, he gets his pads down on contact, and he's able to drive his feet, and he's a powerful human. So really the big thing was the growth from being a freshman, right? Being a freshman playing running back, there's so many different things to running back. It's not just get the ball and run. There's, right, how is this run scheme fitting against the block, against the defense that we're seeing, right, and where's the ball going to fit, and keeping my eyes up and understanding my read, right, and being able to hit the proper hole. It's pass protection and being able to pick up whatever the defense gives me as we make checks. So all those different little things are the things that he's been able to attack in the offseason. You remember, he got here last summer. He wasn't an early enrollee, so everything happened so fast for those guys. And when you start getting in that box and having to pass protect and having to understand different, where different runs might fit, that's a lot. So his talent was showing, right? But now I think what you're seeing how he as a complete running back, right, is going to start to come into his own. It's been fun to watch. I think he worked really hard from spring ball till now, right, on his body and being prepared for what the season is going to be for the running back position. And I think all the guys did. I mean, you watch what Josh has done. He's such a professional. He gives us such a sense of stability, and he's a great player. He's a great player. And then what John Emery's done, coming back and working off an injury, and how he's been locked in every day and showing up every day and staying in the moment has been awesome. And then Caden as a freshman is really far ahead of what freshmen usually are at that position. I think he shows an ability to make plays, ability to make runs, but also be able to play in the game, right? Be able to play in the game. He's not just a talent, right? He's already showing the ability to be a running back. So it's a great room. It's been fun to watch Coach Wilson and Quartet Hankton work with those guys. I think every single day they're challenging them, and the group of guys work really well together. So it's been good to see. Today was the first day of tackling, right? So we'll get some more opportunities, I'm sure, in the future, and continuing to see those guys get an opportunity to make those plays, right, when they have to be tackled, and now all of a sudden that adds a different element, right, to practice.
The offensive line, regarded by Sloan as one of the best in the country, will be relied upon to pave the way for the talented backfield.
So our offensive line, I think, has been talked about probably as much as anything throughout this offseason, and rightfully so. There's some special guys up there who have played in a lot of games and seen a lot of different things. I think Coach Davis has done just a fabulous job of creating a standard in that room and creating it through players, right? Where it's a standard that's developed through the players in that room, and they're the ones that are leading it. And that's when you have a special group. And that's what we've seen. And obviously Will and Emery, and Will get spoken about so much, but Miles, right? And Deli. And then how DJ as a young guy has stepped in, and just the consistency and accountability that he has and the work ethic. And then to the second group right now, all those guys, and you can see the standard of the first group pulling those younger guys. And that's what's exciting, right? That's how you build a culture in a room. But I said the other day to somebody asked me a similar question, and I said the same thing. We're going to use our playmakers to make plays, right? And if our offensive line has the ability, right, to understand what they're seeing, process that information, and attack it, right, physically and violently, right, and we can put them in different situations to be successful and use their ability, right, to learn, be physical, and to run, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. And I think that's where, a lot of times when you're building an offense or when you're calling plays, you have to think about, hey, I need to protect this guy, or I need to protect that guy, or hey, that might be too much for us. And I think we've been able to challenge them so that we can attack people in a lot of different ways and make sure we can put the ball in the belly of the back a little bit. So that's been fun, and obviously that carries over to pass pro too. So it's definitely been something we challenged them with this offseason, and I think they've rose to the occasion and more.
LSU's revamped run game diversity will be put to the test throughout the season, with Sloan's innovative schemes and the talents of his backfield being crucial in determining their success. The wide receiver room is also developing a lot of quality depth that has Sloan pretty fired up.
Kyron, Chris, and CJ have played a lot of football, and I think they're definitely showing it, and what they've done is when they have an opportunity to make plays, we've tried to put them in position to do that, and when they've had that opportunity, I think you've seen all three of them kind of rise to the occasion. we'll try to put them in situations where they can succeed. But I think we're definitely gonna, we're gonna move them around and we're gonna be able to attack people in different ways. And I think you've seen that in our past, so that won't change. But I've been really proud of how hard that they've worked. But their work didn't start, a few days ago. Their work started long ago. The consistency at which Kyron's been carrying himself, the growth and maturity, just an unbelievable story, right? And Chris Hilton and everything that he's dealt with in his past from an injury standpoint, and the really complete receiver that he's become. I think you guys saw it in the spring, right? A bunch of stuff that he's able to do. Can't be more excited about him and what he brings to the table. He's special, man. He's elite. And then CJ, the consistency and the understanding and the knowledge of the game and all the different things that he's able to do as a receiver. It's definitely a fun three guys. Just excited about that room, excited about the camaraderie they have and how they push each other and how they work, right? And I think you're seeing the level of physicality right in that room continue to elevate.
Hi, I'm Mike Munderland, and we're here to smash the capital city's trash.
Smash My Trash is a revolutionary compactor for large dumpsters, sometimes reducing the volume of waste by up to 70%. This means fewer hauls per month and big savings for your business. Fewer hauls and compacted waste will also result in a positive impact on our community and our environment by taking up less space in our local landfill sites. Schedule your company's free demo today. Call 225-497-0101.
That'll be it for today's episode. We'll be back later this week, but until then, stay tuned to TigerRag.com for all your latest LSU sports news.